They buzz along him with a slight grin. Picks apart a case where the truth's been thin. Sharp tongue firing like a rebel's hell. Justice served with a snarky spin. Nick's got the mic and is breaking it down. Lego chaos spinning all around. Laughing at the lies at the courts of crown. Riding the edge where truth is found. Coffee's cold but the witch stays hot. Poking at the holes in the legal plot. With a tilt of the glass he connects the dots. The courtroom's wild and he calls the shots. Nick's got the mic and is breaking it down. Lego chaos spinning all around. Laughing at the lies at the courts of crown. Riding the edge where truth is found. Electric strums echo through the air. Justice tangled in a legal snare. With a grin, he tears it bare. No nonsense talk for those who care.
Dun, dun, da, 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 da. Hello, folks, and welcome back. It is Wednesday. Why do you look so surprised? Yeah. And as you know, this is Mr. Jingles. Mr. Jingles is the actual owner of this channel. Without him, I wouldn't do this. But he need toys and food and stuff. So, well, what are we doing here? What are we all doing here? Well, we are here today to talk about Laura Owens. You know, the chick who finds men of certain statute. She does the wee or wah, and then when they discover she's woohoo, she suddenly becomes pregnant. And here to help us with all of this, to get ourselves updated and everything, it's Megan Fox.
Hello, Nick.
Hey.
Hello, chat. I can't wait for this. This is one of my favorite cases I've ever worked on in the history of everything ever. Nothing better than the tonsil twins.
It's a gift that keeps on giving.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps giving. I mean, I thought honestly after the disaster hearing / trial last year, we would be done. She would be blamed. And then I heard about the federal indictment and I thought, oh, now she's done. Apparently, she's not done.
No, she's not done. And it was not a federal indictment, but a state indictment. But federal charges could still be coming. So don't that could happen. Maricopa County has indicted her on 7 felony counts of perjury, 4 counts of perjury, and 3 counts of other things, including fraudulent schemes, tampering with evidence, I think it is, or fabricating evidence, and forgery.
Oh.
It's not good. It's not good in any way, in any stretch of the imagination. But
generally you don't want that against you because you're kind of fucked.
Yes.
Okay.
You can say
okay, so
that. Yeah.
yeah, so okay, not federal indictment, it's felony indictments.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
But
Uh,
let's just look at this way. Her shenanigans that she's pulling right now in the state of California could open her up to federal indictments because she's now crossing state lines to do this garbage that she does, perjury, scheming, fraud, all of this stuff across state lines. So I don't know why she decided to put herself in the crosshairs of the feds now, but she did, because she's going after Mike Maricini, one of her victims, again in California. And now that is going to put her at some risk.
yeah. Was it Einstein who said that there are two things that are infinite? It's the universe and human stupidity. And he's not sure about the universe.
Good.
But with Laura Owens, it seems like she found her niche in her specific type of insanity / stupidity. How do you even go there? I mean, she must have been cray from an early age.
Oh, it seems that way. You know, this is the question everybody has, is the one you're asking right now. Why? How did this happen? Why did it happen? We do not know. We do not know. It's the one unanswered question we do not know. All we do know, though, is that we have the evidence, and now the state of Arizona has the evidence that shows that this woman is a serial liar, fabricator. She engages in fraud. I wish I knew why, Nick. I can't answer that question. You're talking about delving into the deep psyche of someone who's deeply disturbed. But then it also raises the other question of, is it mental illness, or is there just a darkness in some people that can only be expressed through these types of criminal acts? Is it just evil? There's a big argument within the community that follows this. Is it mental illness, or is it evil behavior? And it's a hard question to answer. I don't know. I don't know.
No.
Take a guess. I think we've got multiple problems.
I mean, I get a certain aspect of Sarah Boone, this entitlement. It's never my fault, and they are to get me, so it's okay when I lie and do all of these things because I'm allowed to, because I'm entitled to it. Now, of course, there can be some mental health issues in that, but entitlement, this, what do you call it? The extreme form of Karen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you could explain some of her entitlement definitely through her family. So Laura Owens comes from a very well-known and wealthy family in San Francisco. Her father is Ron Owens, who is a very, very famous in San Francisco for being a talk show host. He was the highest paid talk show host in San Francisco at the time when he was on the air. They estimate his net worth to be somewhere between $20 and $30 million. And he was very well known in San Francisco, which meant that the family had a lot of wealth, a lot of privilege, a lot of interacting with celebrities. At one point, Laura claimed that who's that guy, the comedian who was in Full House, the dark-haired one, the tall one. You know who it was. She claimed that he was her godfather. I don't know if this is true.
Oh, he who.
What's his name? Dan.
Yeah. He was a really dirty comedian, but he was such a good.
But he played the family man on Full House. God, what was his name? I can't believe I'm blanking on it. I can see his face.
He was playing Danny, but
what was his name? Bob Saget. Bob Saget. Yes.
Yeah.
Bob Saget. So she claimed that he was her godfather, and there are pictures of them, her with all kinds of celebrities and the family with celebrities. And I know that was one of the things her ex-boyfriend Mike Maricini, how she kind of reeled him in with the access to celebrity and this high profile family that she was in, and all these neat things that they got to go to, and football games, and having the best seats at everything. And this was something that she leveraged. She would leverage with people. Do you know who my daddy is, kind of thing. And and also she was promising radio shows. She was reeling in. She would just be able to do this because her family had all this access and all this money. And that gives them an air of believability too.
Yeah.
Because you don't think that someone who has all that wealth and power is going to have a daughter who is a serial fraudster and liar. It just seems so strange, right?
Well, the children of very wealthy people sometimes do and develop entitlement.
Mhm.
It's not unheard of. Oh, hello. Horse welfare. Megan's hair looks fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
Megan, Nick, and Mr. Jingles. You're all brightening my day. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
The entitlement thing is interesting too, because she does feel entitled to these relationships with this specific type of man. If you look at the victims, they are all almost identical. It's very strange. They're all 6'3". They're like the same height. They're all athletic, very athletic, former athletes. And she feels entitled to that kind of man. She feels like she deserves that man. And if they tell her no, that's when she flips out.
Yeah. I mean, tall, dark man, like the fairy tale man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like she would be on these dating apps for executives, and she tells people that she's a CEO of her horse farm or whatever. She's really never had a job. She's never had a real job that she's ever had to go and clock in and put in 8 hours, and she's always worked for daddy.
Oh.
Or daddy sets her up with something like a horse farm where she allegedly rehabs horses and resells them, in her backyard. Chief Exaggeration Officer Bruce from Oregon says, yes, that's exactly correct. She's never, I think actually what would help her immensely is to get a job, like just a normal job, and have to have some place to go every day and someone to have to answer to.
Yeah, somewhere to, hey, you really are that special.
Right. She really believes she's very, very special. And if you don't believe it, well, she'll take you to the cleaners, One of the funniest things that happened in all of this, one of the craziest things that just shows you who Laura Owens is that at some point after she got her crazy lawyer, David Gingras, who just came in like a wrecking ball and just shit all over the place. One of the things that they did was go to a podcast studio where they said they were going to create a podcast and finally tell Laura's side of the story. So they paid this podcast studio to record several hours. And then Laura claims afterwards that the sound quality was horrible and she won't pay them. She reversed the charge. Not only did she reverse the charge, but she put a BBB complaint in about this business and then threatened to sue them. It was a female-owned business. It's just bizarre how she does these things. And the company had the receipts that showed they gave them two different audio files, and they were perfect. So Laura had confused the audio file that came, one of the audio files, which was like background audio, instead of using the mic audio that was on the, just completely lied about it and said that the audio was terrible. And just to get out of paying for it, probably, they never even released any of that footage. And I think it was, she tried to use that as an excuse to be like, well, the audio was bad, so we can't use any of it. And I'm going to sue them and blah, blah, blah. Because I think whatever it was that was done there was obviously, damning to her story.
Yeah. Maybe even Ginger Ash couldn't. Oh, we talk too much. Because he also has a certain vibe around him that you're talking a whole lot, Attorney Gangrel. And the posts that he put out throughout since he started representing her, that a lot of those are what you call it, attorney-client privileged information, which she could sue him for.
Oh, she has a fabulous lawsuit against him if she wants it.
Yeah.
Ineffective assistance of counsel comes to mind.
Yeah.
I don't believe that she would be facing the indictments that she's facing now had it not been for his influence.
Yeah.
He gave her terrible legal advice. I mean, just the worst, letting her continue to write those blogs. Her Medium blog posts are outrageous, and they're full of, contradictions between what she has said in court to what she has said, in filings, to what she has said in public statements or to the media. Everybody needs to remember, because they are always going after the media who covers this as far as we're harassing her and we're doing all these terrible things to Laura and that she's just trying to live her life and she's involved in this unfortunate situation and we should just leave her alone. Everyone needs to remember Laura Owens went to the media first. We would never have heard of her or about her if she had not gone to the Sun, but she did.
Oh, yeah.
She dared the media to find out if she was lying or not by giving access to her so-called medical portal information. She also attached to the media, thing that she was sending out to all these different journalists, pictures of sonograms, pictures of her and her belly, her alleged pregnant belly, which were clearly photoshopped. She attached faked sonograms. She attached sonograms, a sonogram video. At one point, she sent to Reality Steve, a journalist, which came from a YouTube video from 6 years ago that was not hers. So, this is all because of her.
Yeah. So this is 2022 when she goes out. I am the anonymous woman in the Clayton Eccles scandal. Here's my story.
Oh, and it goes on and on. She's exhausting.
And yeah. Now, you might want to save, as a sidetrack, might want to save this on other things than the Wayback Machine. Because sadly, there's a new run on internet censorship going on.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I have most of them downloaded on my hard drive. I'm fairly certain Brad has them all. I think IT Goatee Brad has them all, but I don't know. Bruce, do you have them? I feel like somebody's got hard copies of these somewhere, because I don't think they're just on archive.is, but we'll double check. They're probably backed up.
Yeah. But let's bring her mugshot up, and she's aged.
Yeah.
And
well, now she's claiming she has anorexia. She's claiming this is a new thing she's claiming. Now, she is very, very thin. When we saw her at the trial, she was like under 100 pounds, very, very thin. I don't know if she has anorexia. I doubt everything this woman says. If she said the sky was blue, I would have to go check. Because everything she says, you can't trust it. But she constantly tries to make her conditions sound like other people's faults, right? So a person who doesn't eat and has this eating disorder or whatever, that's our fault because she's under so much stress, you see? Or she claims she has autism, which is why, and we thought, she's finally going to give some sort of excuse to get out of this. Oh, well, I'm autistic and I don't understand. And I said things that weren't true. And that's why. Well, she said she was autistic, but she didn't even use it as an excuse, really. She was basically like, well, I'm autistic. And that explains why people don't accept me. Well, I know. No, Laura. No, that's not it. That's not it. So she has
There-
a lot of conditions, she says.
Well, y- I'll buy that. I mean, but I mean, many of them in a court of law can make explanations, but they are never. It's like, I did it while I was drunk. Yeah, we don't care. I did it while I was high. The court will not care.
No, and if she would even say something like that, people might have a little bit of, sympathy or something.
Mm.
This woman has never taken any responsibility for what she has done. There are 3 men that we know of. Well, there's 4 that we know of, but one won't talk about it. There are 3 men who have come out about this: Clayton Echard, Greg Gillespie, both of whom are in Arizona, and Mike Maricini, who's in California, showing a pattern that she has been doing this for years and years, where she, in Mike Maricini's case, they actually did date for almost a year, or around a year, something like that, around a year, 15 months, something like that. They were the only 2 that had an actual relationship. And she used fake pregnancies, fake abortions to manipulate and control and keep him in her life. And we have the text messages from her that have been verified by a computer expert. We know that they're true. She faked medical records. She told him she had ovarian cancer. She faked ovarian surgery to keep him in her life. Well, when it came around to Clayton Echard and Greg Gillespie, these were 2 men she was not able to manipulate into a long-term relationship. These were basically one-night stands. She maybe went out on 2 dates with Greg Gillespie. She slept with him like 1 time, maybe 2. And suddenly he doesn't really want to see her anymore, and she's pregnant. Allegedly pregnant with twins. Again, it's always twins. She did the twins thing with Maricini, twins with Greg Gillespie, twins with Echard. I mean, the statistically,
Yeah,
that's impossible.
And she's not from a twin. She's not from a twin family, as I understand it.
I don't think so. I don't know of any twins in her family, but I could be wrong about that.
Yeah.
Jen's in the chat. Jen knows a lot about this. So does Bruce. Are there twins in the family? I don't know.
No, because when the reason I say it is because she hasn't claimed it, because you just don't 3 pregnancies in a row have twins without having the predisposition for it within the family. So if she had it, she would have said it.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I would think so. And the other thing is too is that when she would say that she had twins, eventually she would say, well, I didn't have, because people would ask, well, when did you get that diagnosed? Where was the ultrasound where you saw twins? And in Echard's case, she said it was 1 boy and 1 girl. So when did that happen? Well, then after she gets caught in all these lies, it's, well, I felt that it was twins.
Oh yeah.
What?
And produce the sonogram of it, that feeling.
Yeah, weird, right? So yeah, this case has been absolutely bonkers. I think one of my favorite things that ever happened was now Clayton Echard did not know that he had like a growing audience online who was following the story and rooting for him. And he goes and he's at his hearing in Arizona by himself, representing himself in the order of protection case, right? And he was doing a really good job. He was doing the best he could. I mean, I always tell people, never go pro se, but if you're going to do it, he did the best you could do, and he still was losing. And unfortunately. So anyway, he didn't know that we were watching this and that Dave Neal was like out there, he called him afterwards like, hey man, you did really good today. That was awesome. And Clayton was like, wait, what? People saw me in court. He didn't know it was being live streamed. And that's when it really blew up, and they raised money for him to get a lawyer. And then he showed up with a lawyer next time. Well, when he showed up with a lawyer at the next hearing, which was in November, for the order of protection she took out against him, or that he took out against her. Yeah, that's what it was. He was trying to get an order of protection against her because of the continued harassment. He showed up with the lawyer the next time, and that's the epic hearing where she tells the judge, I saw Dr. Higley last Friday. It's like, and it turns out the June 10th, because through discovery, she never saw Dr. Higley. She would make appointments, and she said in November, I'm 100% pregnant. She said that in November, 100% pregnant. And that she had just seen an obstetrician. In discovery, it turned out she had made an appointment to see Dr. Higley, but she canceled that appointment. She did not go. She then tried to say that she had a miscarriage months before November. But in November in court, she said, I'm 100% pregnant. And she said it just like that, too.
Oh, where is that? Because
I could show you that clip. I have that. I can definitely put that.
Please do.
You talk to the chat or something while I find it, because I have a lot of those clips. Hold on, I'll find them.
Yeah, because I remember when I got caught into this and knowing about it is from you and Jeff, and God rest his soul. And
Jeff, yeah,
he would have so much fun with what's going on. He had so much fun with tonsil twins, and so I was one of the viewers, always been one of the viewers of this case. But then the YSL trial happened, and I kind of lost touch with it. And then you challenged me.
I did. You know why? Because you're really good at fundraisers. And, Mike Maricini, he was railroaded the first time this happened. And he did not fight for him. He decided not to fight it because he was told by his attorney it would be so much money and she would probably win anyway, because at the time they didn't have the evidence that we have now. And she wasn't under felony indictment, but now she is. And so it is going to be money. It is going to take some money. You know how it is. You got to pay your lawyer. And Mike deserves it. He deserves a chance to be out from underneath this woman. She has been an anchor around his neck for years, and she's not going to let it go. She continues to file for orders of protection based on absolute fraudulent. And yes, I said it, Laura, it's a fraud. It's all a fraud. He never hit you. He never hurt you. You're a liar. And she's trying to get this order of protection, renewed against him. This comes up in background searches when he's trying to get a job. He then has to explain it to, potential employers who, even if they believe him, they don't want the liability. The idea that, this totally has affected his life in a negative way, and it needs to stop.
Yeah. And
I have several clips. I have several clips that we can play from that hearing. Let's see. This was October. We have the October hearing, and then we have the November hearing. We should probably play these. Let me see if I can share my screen with you here.
Yeah, but meanwhile, so my plan is during the next few weeks, I'm going to alternate between reading the Delphi trial transcripts.
I've been enjoying those.
Then being caught up with the Laura Owens case. And then in a few weeks' time, one of my slightly bust Friday shows will be a fundraiser. So, tune in.
That would be
for
great.
Yeah.
That would be great. And I'd be happy to join you for that. I really want to see Mike prevail on this. He really deserves the chance to fight it. And he's going to fight it this time. And I hope Greg Gillespie does too. She renewed her restraining order against him as well. She accuses these men of domestic violence when she doesn't get what she wants. There's no evidence of this domestic violence. And in Mike Maricini's case, she told the judge that she developed epilepsy from the domestic violence that she suffered at his hands. But in the text messages to Mike Maricini, she tells him that she got epilepsy from a car crash, which she sued Uber for. And in her public records, in the documents, in the lawsuit about Uber, she blamed the car crash on giving her epilepsy. How do
How
you,
about
in two
that?
different court cases, give two different reasons for your epilepsy?
Well, that would be very, very interesting to hear in a third court setting.
Agreed.
All right.
All right, so this is a minute clip of the first. So this is order of protection hearing. That this is when Clayton was representing himself, and people were watching, and he didn't know it.
Because she's done this multiple times, and I believe that she'll continue to do it. So I am trying to, for one, stop her from communicating with me, but I'm also trying to bring to light that this.
And if you watch her, this is where she's wearing the fake belly that keeps shifting around, and she's walking around so that they can see it and freaking out when he says she's done it multiple times. And I'm sorry for the volume. That's as high as it gets.
The individual continues to do similar repeated patterns of behavior, and it has been extremely stressful. I have been very, very, very stressed out by receiving these constant influx of messages that could have all been solved had she just took a prenatal paternity test all the way back at the earliest time that we were able to do so. None of this had to have happened. We didn't have to take it this far. But the point is, the point I'm making is she never actually wanted to take it until I went public and stated I signed up for a prenatal paternity test. Now,
yep. So there's the her behavior in court, by the way, has always been terrible.
Yeah, and with this fluctuating pregnancy belly, when Ginger Gingrash, well, all of a sudden she wasn't at this point in time. No, she wasn't pregnant. She according to the documents, she already lost the.
Yeah. No, that wants you to believe that she already lost this. She had a miscarriage before this with this giant belly sometime before November, when she said she was 100% pregnant. And by the way, by November, she would have been, I believe we calculated it to be 6 months pregnant. You don't just have a miscarriage in your bathroom at 6 months pregnant and just go about and not know it. There's a body. Okay.
Yeah. First of all,
so many explanations as to why that happened.
I mean, it's insanity, because if she had this spontaneous thing in her home, they would have rushed her to a hospital, because when those things happened, sadly, I know about these things, you need to get all of it out immediately, or there might be sepsis.
Yes, there has to be we've talked about this extensively. You have to have a DNC. You have to make sure that everything is out, or you will die. Like it's not something easy. And she had a million explanations for what was vanishing twins, or it was this or that, which of course never made any sense either. Babies' bodies don't reabsorb into the mother, except when they're at the very small stage, like the zygote stage, right? That can sometimes happen where it's reabsorbed, but not when you're talking with a baby with a skeleton. That is not going to happen. A fully developed skeleton is not going to reabsorb. So I have another clip here. This is her rubbing the belly in court, making an ass out of herself.
I am a public figure. I was just a celebrity, I suppose. I don't like that word. But I have a large following, and then that audience, I cannot control what they do. But they then went and found that court case in the system. And found her name, and then started to talk about her online. And then Laura, I assume, was feeling the pressure from it being online and her name being out there. She then sends me this alarming message, which again I felt was harassing, but to threaten to kill herself. I don't think anybody should ever receive a message such as that.
Yes, she continually made threats of self-harm, which was another pattern that she would do, continually making these threats of self-harm to keep these men in line and to keep them doing what she wanted. And the strange rubbing of this belly during this time, and remember, this is October. By November, she's still wearing the belly. And you'll see, like, and I think it was in this one where she asked the judge, "Can I show Clayton my belly because he hasn't seen it?" And the judge goes, "No." It was so funny.
Oh,
Oh,
I-
this woman though.
Now, so this is all wind up towards the new case, the felony indictments. It's 7 of them, if I recall correctly.
There are 7, 4 counts of perjury. The highest felony involved is a fraudulent schemes felony. It's like a class 2, I believe, 2 or 3. And then there's fabricating evidence and forgery.
Yeah, count 1, fraudulent schemes and artifices, a class 2 felony. Forgery, class 4. Perjury, class 4. Perjury again, class 4. Perjury again. Perjury again. And tampering with physical evidence, a class 6 felony. And this is through a grand jury. Sometimes I want grand juries to be live streamed.
I know. Wouldn't it be great?
Not just because of this case, because of other cases we cover where we always wonder, how did this get through a grand jury into an indictment?
Yeah, like Karen Reed.
Yeah, like Karen Reed and Turtle Boy. Many different cases. Just what did they actually say there? Because we almost always, as in the Karen Reed case, luckily, we got witness impeachment through what they said in the grand jury hearings. Normally, that really doesn't happen. So, but
yeah, you never really find out what happened in the grand jury. Really, very rarely do you find out because it's all secretive. And I don't really agree with secretive court proceedings in any way. I don't think that grand juries ought to be secretive, and I don't like the way that the state gets to present its evidence with no pushback from the defense. You're not allowed to defend yourself. I don't really understand how that's a thing.
Yeah, and I have a thing against, because then they can present it to a new jury with a grand jury thought this was good enough.
Right.
And that in itself, for me, it's
prejudicial.
No. Yeah, it's very, very prejudicial. When
Agreed.
they found out another jury already thought, yeah, you can charge him or her.
Yeah, I agree. So, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, cat. AKA the cat lady. Thank you. Nick, how do you think the DVRO will go with this indictment? If Mike brings this up, how can it be used against her? The domestic violence restraining order?
Yeah, I think she means if he tells the judge in one of his filings that, hey, this woman is under indictment for 7 counts, including perjury and fabricating evidence in Arizona, is the judge in California going to be like, hey, whoa, wait a minute, what am I looking at here? I would imagine yes, but I'm not a lawyer. I don't know.
I don't know, because I mean, I'm starting to learn a lot about the South and Midwestern, but California is strange.
It is. It's
yeah.
true.
So I'm not sure if he is even going to be allowed to.
If I were writing his filings, there isn't anything in any way in hell I would keep it out. There isn't any way I would say it. I would say it and say it and say it. This person is under felony indictment in the state of Arizona for the exact things that she is alleging here. She made up in another case. And I don't see how I don't see how it's not relevant. I mean,
but now we're talking about California. I'm not.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. But what I would do without giving legal advice, even if there was no chance in hell it would be admitted, I would still put it in a filing to make everybody aware, including the judge. Motion to include 7-count felony indictment.
Especially because it isn't an unrelated thing. It is a completely related to this case, to this. And Mike Maricini, she made a big mistake. Because in her filing against Mike Maricini, she brought up the June 10th trial. She complained that he was there, and she claimed he was there without a valid subpoena, which is a lie. He had a valid subpoena to testify at that trial. The fact that he didn't testify was only because they ran out of time to call their witnesses, and the judge was on a very strict 2-hour limit. That was it. Each side got 2 hours and you're done. And they ran out of time. So
Well,
he
then
was
she
there.
opened the door.
She opened the door. She opened it because she mentioned the June 10th trial, which was in Maricopa County, and it was about this other case that she is being cited for. Well, how stupid do you have to be? So then I've got a clip here from the November hearing. Here's the November hearing with Clayton, with his new attorney, Deandra Arena. She was wonderful. And this is, again, another example of Laura's bad behavior in court. We have her losing her mind as Deandra gives the lowdown to the judge.
Miss Owens' pattern, her modus operandi, her pattern of behavior, her pattern of making the same claims against other men in the state of Arizona within the last 2 years. And I think it's highly relevant to this case because it supports why Mr. Eckert needs this injunction against harassment, because this individual has done this before, and there are concerns that she will not stop.
I'm going to sustain the objection. I'm not going to allow that testimony.
And Your Honor,
drinking Monster drink while high risk pregnant. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
No,
drinking,
no.
chugging Monster drinks. And wait, it's interesting that I just played this clip because this judge did not allow the prior bad acts to come into this. This judge said no. Deandra actually is going to argue again right here and say, but Your Honor, it's so related. Like, the man who she did this to is sitting right behind me in the courtroom here. And we know she's going to keep doing this, but the judge would not relent. The judge was like, no, I don't want to hear about prior. I don't want to hear about that. So it's possible, but I think with indictments, it's going to be different. What she was saying to this judge was she's done this before. She's brought other cases against other men, but she hadn't been criminally indicted for it. To me, there's a difference.
Yeah, there's a clear difference because those were cases that she brought.
Right.
Now there's a case where the state is bringing charges on her. So that would be a clear difference, because here she in a hearing like this, in order to get prior bad acts in, you still have to have a heightened level of evidence, and it's up to the judge's discretion. And if the judge says no, not coming in, then it's not coming in, because it was in another state.
Right.
Could be a reason.
Well, one of them was in the same state. The guy, so Greg Gillespie, who was in the courtroom, you can kind of see him behind Corey. This isn't Corey. Who is this? I forget who this lawyer is. You can see Greg's wife behind this lawyer right here in the corner. Yeah. So Greg Gillespie was a victim in Arizona, and that was the one that Deandra was trying to call to her attention. She wanted the judge to take judicial notice of Greg's case, but she declined to do it because, like you said, judges have the discretion whether or not they're going to. I think it was a mistake, but Clayton still won this this protection order, so he did win it for himself. But her watch her face here, Nick. Her face is so great.
Reconsider here, because this matter, it's very important that the court hears how Ms. Owens has made the exact same allegations in another matter within the last 2 years, and that she has committed perjury in the last hearing because she made incorrect statements, false statements under oath regarding the nature of that. And
Deandra calls her out. She's committed perjury, which now the state has verified because the state's charging her with 4 counts of perjury. I mean, yeah, her facial expressions, MG, you're so right. They're so priceless.
I mean, it's theater reactions.
Yeah, this is my favorite. The one with the hands on the head. Oh, I have screenshots of that. Yeah, hands on the head. It doesn't get much better than that. They do make excellent thumbnails. That is true. That is true. She's a drama queen, and she thinks that these facial expressions are helping her in some way, which they are not. But
No.
you know,
She has to have taken theater lessons. I mean, because I've taken theater lessons when I was young. Oh, and it's because then you're acting towards an audience that is over there. They don't see the subtle things. They see the subtle things, the obvious. So yeah, she's taken theater lessons, and up close, it's like, have you seen theater makeup?
yes,
Yeah, up close, it's not looking good.
it doesn't look
But
good from far away.
Yeah.
Yes. So then we have another clip where she is going to talk about how Deandra's going to talk about how the only evidence they have that she saw any doctor related to pregnancy is a screenshot of an appointment. Screenshot.
Not Exhibit 46. All that you have from Dr. McCool here is a screenshot of an upcoming appointment for Monday, July 24th of 2023, right?
Correct. Because that
If
he's a doctor.
you understand that anyone can go online at AMommy, where Dr. McCool works, and make an appointment for an OBGYN appointment with Dr. McCool, correct?
That is not true. Dr. McCool is a perinatologist. I have a referral to see him because I have epilepsy. He's a high risk specialist. You can't go and make an appointment with him. I had to send records to get an appointment with him.
Okay,
Oh.
but the only record that you have provided this court with regarding your alleged high-risk perinatologist is a screenshot of an appointment for Monday, July 24th of 2023. In that Exhibit 46, all that you have from Dr.
So yeah,
and this
a
is November
screenshot.
2nd, where she claims to still be pregnant.
Yes. and in
Although
fact,
a few months later, no, she was never.
actually, a few days later. So
Oh.
this is November 2nd. By November, I think it was 14th. Jen, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was November 14th. She had an alleged appointment with some place called Mom Doc that verified she was no longer pregnant. But of course, she self-reported. This was not someone who had seen her throughout the entire thing. It was some clinic she went to and said, I was pregnant. Am I pregnant anymore? And they're like, no, you're not pregnant. And then she says that's proof that she had an abortion. Or not abortion. She says it's proof she had a miscarriage, which doesn't make any sense because there is no proof of a miscarriage. Yes, it was November 14th. I was correct. Thank you, Bruce. It's amazing how I can remember these things sometimes, but I can't remember my own children's names. But I'm like, November 14th was the day that Laura Owens went to this Mom Doc place. But that's how this case has been solidified in my brain because we have been following it for a solid, it's going on 2 years now. This is another one. I'm trying to find, I know I have a clip of her saying she's 100% pregnant, but you gotta love Deandra's face and her intensity as she grills Laura Owens. This is a great clip. This is fantastic.
Here today, not a single DNA test has come back indicating that Clayton's the father, correct?
The samples were diluted, and I'm going back next month. Is what I was.
These are yes or no questions. It's a very simple question. As we sit here today, you have no DNA test that indicates that Clayton is the father, right?
The results, the testing is ongoing, is what I was told.
The testing is ongoing.
So
You said that on a couple occasions that the testing is ongoing.
Correct.
So is it your testimony that you provide these samples and that there's no results that are coming from these samples you're providing?
I'm unclear on what you're trying to ask me, because they said that I
Okay,
need to
well-
go back a month to give another sample.
As we sit here today,
Yeah. Well, what the real result was, little to no fetal DNA, which is impossible if you've been pregnant. They might even, if I gave them a test now, 10 years after my last baby, there would probably still be fetal DNA in me because I've carried 3 children. I still probably carry all 3 of my children's DNA, right? If you were pregnant, even like what she's claiming, a month before, 2 months before, there would absolutely be fetal DNA.
Yeah.
There was nothing, no fetal DNA, but they have to say little to no because that's the reading of no. It's never none. It's never 0. It's always little to no.
Yeah. In medical science, you don't work with 100%. You work with probabilities, as in little to none means none.
0. But she used that to her advantage by saying, well, that doesn't mean none, which is, of course, not true.
Yeah.
Not true. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, I've got it in here somewhere too. I'll find it of her saying that she's 100% pregnant, because that one is freaking. Here it is. Got it. There's 2. There's actually 2
Do you
of
have
them.
any prior testimony?
Now, in this one, I took clips from I took clips from Dave Neal's broadcast, and he had blurred out her face. So unfortunately, we can't see Dave Neal, or we can't see her face in these.
Aww.
But
Well,
here she is claiming that she is 20.
And how far along are you as we sit here today with respect to the pregnancy?
I am 24 weeks along.
This was 2 weeks ago.
All right. So on November 2nd, she's saying she is 24 weeks along. Then just a couple minutes later, she says she's 100% pregnant.
Do you have any prior testimony that you'd like to correct at this time?
I do not.
Her lawyer's like, ye gulp.
I want to make sure that you're clear-headed, and obviously it's your position that you are pregnant with alleged twins, correct?
100%. Yes, correct.
Do you have any prior testimony?
100% correct. 100%.
So
November
24 weeks along, which is counting from a certain couple of weeks after the last period, that yada, yada, yada. I have 4 sisters. I know way too much about these things. And they've been constantly pregnant for 20 years. I mean, I have 4 sisters, and now the niece or nephew number 18 is on the way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And my oldest niece/nephew is 22.
Nice.
So yeah, dinner table when the family get together. Oh, who's pregnant? And let's talk about poo. And yeah.
Moms, we can't help it. We're obsessed. We're obsessed with it. It's our daily struggle with children. Who's pooping, who's not pooping, and what's going wrong with the poop situation.
Yeah, and then when it starts going to color and consistency, me and Dad are out of there. Yeah, we don't need that.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, I mean, it's just the tale she told was wild and unbelievable. And it was blatant disregard for the truth and for what she swore to do in court. And I was shocked but thrilled that the state of Arizona decided to go after her.
Yeah, and you guys were on the state of Arizona.
Oh yeah.
You need to put a stop to her, because she will do this to more people.
Oh, she will. Oh, she would. And, it was the appropriate. She likes to complain about that now. She says that Rachel Mitchell, the county attorney, responded to public outrage and public concern. And that's why she brought the charges. Who cares? Rachel Mitchell, if she did, that's good. Rachel
Yeah.
Mitchell is an elected official. It is her job to listen to the public outrage. It is her job to respond when people say, hey, look over here, look over here. There's somebody in your county doing something terrible to people, and you're the county attorney, and you should stop it. It was the appropriate thing to do. I always tell people, never, ever, ever contact anybody we talk about, anybody in the news that we're discussing. But here's the one caveat. If we're talking about an elected official, contact them all day long. Send them so many letters that they can't get to their regular job because their table is piled high with your letters. And that's what we did. We did a writing campaign to Rachel Mitchell's office. She got letters from all over the world. Not just Arizona. They came from the UK. I had pictures. People were posting pictures of themselves mailing, because I asked them, don't send emails. I want paper. These have to be dumped on her desk. You know, she has to see stacks and stacks of them.
Yeah.
I want faxes. I want pieces of paper on the desk. They were sending me pictures of them dropping their post off at the Royal Mailbox. You know, I was so excited by that. It was so cool. Everybody came together to let Rachel Mitchell know, an elected official whose job it is to know from the people what they are concerned about. And it wasn't just people out of state. People in the state of Arizona went to Rachel Mitchell's town hall meetings, and they stood up and they said, we want you to prosecute Laura Owens. And it was fantastic. It was fantastic. She had no chance to not be outed for what she did. And the judge herself, Judge Mata, on her ruling, referred her to the county attorney. The judge did. So there was no chance that she wasn't going to be at least, so there was going to be something. I didn't think it was going to be as big as it was, but God bless Rachel Mitchell.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen a case like this go on to be this kind of case where the state is actively prosecuting a person for I mean, perjury in itself is extremely difficult.
Rare.
Extremely rare.
Well, it's not
difficult.
that it's difficult. It would be very easy to get people on perjury. It's just that they don't bother themselves to do it. The state never does anything about it. I have said from when we started covering this case, I came up with what I think is a great idea. I think that every state's attorney's office in the country needs to have an office for perjury where they put the baby lawyers, you know, like the baby intern lawyers when they first start working for the DA, and they tell them, find me 2 good perjury cases and we're going after them. That's what every year I want 2 to perjury cases so that we send a message. And you know, you don't have your big DAs working on it. You have the baby lawyers working on them. But so that every year we show the people of this state, we will not tolerate perjury on the stand. And when you raise your right hand and you promise to tell the truth, you will do it or you will face jail, period, or whatever it is, probation, or you will get prosecuted for it. Somebody's got to be made an example out of.
Yeah, it will go on your record, and all of a sudden you will be the person, oh, why don't I get a rent agreement anymore? Oh, why can't I have a phone anymore? Oh, yeah, and stuff like that. Yeah, that should be a nationwide thing.
It
Definitely.
should be. It should be. Because then people will stop this. We know people lie on the stand. We watch them do it all the time in the line of work we do. And we always get upset by it. And it's like, why don't they ever go after these people? And if they would just go after 1 or 2, just go after 1 or 2. That's all you need to do. And other people who might have lied on the stand before are going to be like, well, remember that Laura Owens, though? I better tell the truth. Or plead the 5th. But don't you get up there and tell lies.
Yeah. Now, sadly, many of the perjury things we see is from the state.
From the state.
Yeah. So who is going to prosecute them?
Yeah, they should be those police officers. And God, don't get me started on that Karen Reed trial because, how about the prosecutor with the holes in the sweatshirt? I wanted to leap through the screen and just slap him silly. How dare you tell the jury that there's holes in the shirt, that you know that the coroner cut with scissors, and you're making it sound like it happened when John O'Keefe got allegedly hit by a car and come on.
Yeah. I mean, that in itself, for me, how is doing that? Because it was so sneaky, because we also found out that the plastic container or whatever was already up at the witness stand before the defense walked into the courtroom. Somebody snuck that past
Mhm.
everybody up, and because they were seated to, well, if you don't know it's there, you don't see it. So I would imagine when, oh, what's that? And all of a sudden he brings it up. Ooh, what's going on here?
That whole case was crazy.
Yeah.
And I haven't even paid much attention, as much as I wanted to the Delphi
Mm.
case. And I've been listening to your readings of the
Yeah.
transcripts. And I mean, I've paid enough attention to know that they screwed it up terribly, and those murderers are still out there. And there's no doubt in my mind that Richard Allen didn't do it. And I
Mm.
don't know why the state ignored the leads they had. I cannot answer that question, and it really scares me. I
Yeah.
don't know why our law enforcement would refuse to interview people
Yeah.
who made these bizarre statements on Facebook and talked about this weird stuff that shows that they should be looked at like real
Yeah.
carefully. I can't explain it, and I hate it.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of people who clearly lied about their whereabouts that day. You had
Mhm.
Brad Weber, who turned into a state witness, who at the time said, no, I wasn't near, because he lived close by the Monon High Bridge where the girls were found. But he said to law enforcement, no, I was in because I was servicing ATMs. That was his story. Up until trial. Up until that was his story. That was in discovery to the defense up until he was on the stand saying, yeah, I drove by there with my white van at that time. That was the first time the defense knew that he changed his story at trial on the witness stand. That's a Brady violation in itself.
It's terrible.
And Judge Gull didn't care. And
That
then we found out, yeah,
Might be one of the worst judges. I mean, the lengths that judge went to keep things from the public, I cannot even believe. I just can't even believe the way they treated reporters in the courtroom, and the way that the media was kept out of everything. And even now they're leaving stuff out. Like, they're not releasing information that should be public. That trial should have been televised, period.
Yeah. And Judge Gull has been a proponent for let's get more transparency into courtroom. She ran test trials, streamed. She was one of the judges who allowed herself to stream trials, but not this one.
Not this one.
Yeah.
And this one had so much public interest. The courts should not be allowed to have discretion when it comes to a case that this much public interest exists. They should not be allowed to say no. I felt the same way about what was going on with the Kohberger trial. It sounded like that judge was going to try his darndest to get it not televised. And it was like, what? You can't do that. We have a constitutional right to open courts. It is in the Constitution. And in 2025, open courts means cameras in the court. It means more people. You get as many people in there as you possibly can. And the way to do that is to live stream it clearly.
Yeah. And even over here where we don't have it, at least in Norway, they are now starting with tests of audio in courtrooms. Not live streams, but just that alone is a huge step. In Sweden, we don't have audio. They don't record audio.
Whoa. How do they appeal? Just transcripts?
Transcripts.
Oh, God. I see. And I think transcripts can be very misleading. How do you tell the difference between I hit him, and I hit him, I hit him? You can't.
Exactly. No.
You can't. And that's the whole case right there.
Yeah.
So I don't see how that's even, I don't know how they do that.
It says, and now with this Delphi, because the trial transcript I'm reading from is the appellate trial transcript. And there are hearings missing. The
Yeah, I
first,
heard you say that. Yeah.
and it boggles
it
my mind.
Wasn't it the probable cause hearing?
No, they had the probable cause hearing later, but I still have. I mean, I'm at.
But that one's
I mean,
missing too. Isn't it?
7 months in, and where's the probable cause hearing?
Right. Right. Where is it?
Yeah, where is it? Where's the bond hearing? Now that also they just punted it forward, but the one that is clearly missing is the first safekeeping order, the ex parte safekeeping meeting between the judge, the sheriff, and the prosecutor.
Boy, how is that even allowed?
It's not.
How
They-
are they
they-
allowed to do that?
They are not allowed to do that.
Hmm.
Rick
This
Allen
is
wasn't
just-
there. Rick Allen's at the time attorney wasn't even told there had been one.
That should have ended the case right there in a mistrial. It is outrageous what the state is getting
Yeah.
away with in so many of these cases, and that one is going to go down. There are still monsters out there who kill
Yeah.
little girls, and that's the thing about in this. I don't understand. Do you know how the victims' families feel? Do they believe that they got the right guy?
It seems like they believe because Crime Con starts tomorrow, and it's going to be a panel with the lead detective and some of the family members.
Hmm.
So yeah, they think, and it's all. But he confessed, and I've been through this so many times. If you're going to believe those confessions, you also have to believe with the same amount of credibility that he started World War III,
Mm-hmm.
that he cheated with a matchstick,
Mm-hmm.
that he killed his mother while on phone with his mother, that he assaulted his grandkids. He doesn't have grandkids.
Mm. Yeah, he was clearly not in his right mind.
Yeah.
And there's just no question about
Yeah.
it. The thing that kills me is that you don't have proper investigation. And it was the same with the Karen Reed trial. There was no proper investigation where this was concerned. And they did not go down the trails they should have gone down to look at the other suspects, which were very clearly suspicious, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah.
But I will
Yeah.
say that the Laura Owens case,
Yeah.
this is the first case in a long time where it feels like justice is going to be served and served
Yeah.
up hard.
One
You know?
of few cases where I'm cheering on the prosecution.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? Good. When we do find prosecutors doing their job and doing a good job, it's important to highlight that, and it's
Yeah.
important to thank them. We've also, I know a lot of people have sent Rachel Mitchell letters of thanks for bringing the charges and for listening to people. It's very rare. It's very, very rare. I don't know if people know how rare it is for a prosecutor to actually listen to people. And I think that shows that Rachel Mitchell is a very good prosecutor. I actually know she happens to be a Republican, but I know Democrats in Arizona who are lawyers who really like her. They like her. And that includes defense attorneys. That's very rare. So Rachel Mitchell, she deserves all the praise for being a really good prosecutor. We really need that right now because we are just awash in bad prosecutors all over the place. We've seen these bad examples. So it's really refreshing and good to see a prosecutor that you can stand up and cheer for, like, yeah, get her.
Yeah, but also we who constantly is at the throat of prosecutors and investigators, you have to acknowledge the good ones. Because they aren't all bad.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them actually, even in Fulton County, there are prosecutors working with Fani Willis that do a good job, despite having Fani Willis
A
as
bad boss. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you have the really bad one like Prosecutor Love, I'm convinced she sacrifices baby lambs to Satan each morning. I mean, I don't have any explanation towards her actions in court. I mean, she put a severely mentally unstable kid in prison knowing he would die in prison.
Mm.
And now there's a civil suit, but sadly, prosecutorial immunity applies. So she is not in it.
Immunity is such a problem in America, and it really is a problem that needs to be addressed. Qualified immunity, all of this judicial immunity, all of it needs to go. I don't believe that they need it. I don't understand why just government officials get it. We don't get it. None of some of us who are out here, I don't get immunity for anything. Why should they? I don't get it. If you're not breaking the law, what do you need immunity for?
Yeah.
Why do you need it?
Yeah, of course, people will complain about you. Yes, they will throw charges at you. They will be investigated. Tossed.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
And if you didn't do it, then you're good. Getting over judicial immunity is such a hurdle. I had this case I was following in Missouri, one of the worst places on earth for judicial misconduct. And there was a case with the Rocket children, who were magicians with their dad, Bart Rocket. They were on America's Got Talent. They were involved in a very ugly custody dispute. The judge disagreed with dad and the children about how they were being raised. The judge didn't want them in the entertainment field. The judge thought it was his business to tell this family how to raise their children, and dad in particular. And the judge did not like that the kids didn't want to go with mom. And they were teenagers. They were like 13 and 15. And at some point you can't force teenagers. Well, this judge decided he was going to get off the bench and take them to jail.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that one.
Mm-hmm. Well, in the lawsuit that followed after that, they did get over judicial immunity. They did. And that lawsuit went forward. And I believe that Bart Rocket has been vindicated in that case. I believe he has won. I'm waiting on the final, judgment on that. But it has been a battle like you cannot believe. Getting over that immunity hurdle, rough. He skated the second time he had them put in jail because he didn't do it himself. He used a judicial order to send sheriffs across state lines to put the children in detainment where they were strip searched. He got out of that one. He got immunity for that because they said he was acting in his capacity as a judge. But when he walked them to the jail himself, he didn't get it for that. But how sick is it? How sick is that you have to, as long as you do it by judicial order, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. And I don't know if you remember the Cash for Kids scandal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. And that went on for a decade before anybody started doing anything about it. And I read that lawsuit. Almost half of the complainants were the estate of. These were kids that these two judges sent to juvenile for jaywalking, for speaking out, for...
It was next to nothing. Yeah.
Next to nothing. And I had to stop reading that after, because there were hundreds of complainants and half of them was the estate of. Kids who should be alive but aren't anymore. And knowing the amount of kids that died because of these two judges, and these two judges still think they did, no, it was within my right as a judge.
And the worst part is, when you find judges behaving like this badly and you bring a suit against them, guess who defends them? You do, with your tax dollars, because the attorney general of the state that you thought was your attorney general, the guy you think you go to or the gal you go to when you're abused. Oh, no. The attorney general is going to be the one who takes their case to court. And in Missouri in particular, whenever they lost the immunity fight, he appealed it. He wasted the taxpayers' money on multiple appeals that were all lost. I wrote several letters to that Missouri Attorney General saying, when are you going to stop this? When are you going to stop? I tweeted at him several times. When are you going to stop covering for this guy? He's a absolute piece of garbage. He should never have been a judge. And you should say, no, I refuse to appeal it. If you have to defend him with taxpayer dollars, you don't have to appeal. The AG has to have some kind of discretion.
Yeah. And you have a few attorney generals. I think one is, I want to say Indiana, but I'm not sure, where a woman was on death row. I don't know if it was Indiana. Well, whoever it was. And then 34 years later, factually innocent. And the attorney general appealed because he won. No, she shouldn't be out.
Oh my God!
And he drew it out for over a year before judge said, no, she's going out of these doors today.
It's crazy
and
to me.
It's
oh no, Chucky, it's not. That is not it. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. They don't do that with judges. No. First of all, a judge makes tons of money. A judge could afford his own attorney. You have to meet indigent status to get an attorney appointed to you. First of all, not everybody gets an attorney. That's not, you don't know. But a judge automatically gets the attorney general to fight his case. Yeah. Because he works for the state, and so does the attorney general. Do you see? They're all on the same side. They're all on the same side. And it's garbage.
The state is the state.
The state is not there for you. They're not there for your justice. They're there for the state, period.
And we have to protect the integrity of the judicial system by protecting those assholes?
By those people? Yeah, I don't get it. Jennifer wants to know, is Laura in jail or out on bail? Sadly, she never did a day in jail. She was allowed to turn herself in for arraignment off camera, which I thought was really stupid. I mean, like, why is she getting special treatment? Are other people, they have a live arraignment camera in Maricopa County, and you have to show up and be arraigned. She was allowed to go on Zoom and have her camera turned off. I wouldn't have allowed that. No. But she got booked and fingerprinted at a different time when she arranged to go there when no one would be watching. And she didn't spend any time in jail. She's out on her own recognizance, no ankle monitor, nothing. But she will, I believe she is going to face some serious jail time, because this is not a woman who's going to make a deal. In order to make a deal, she would have to actually plead guilty, which means she would have to take responsibility for doing these things. She is not going to do that.
Oh, no. I'm not the praying kind of guy, but if I were, please take the stand, Laura Owens. Please take the stand.
I can't imagine that she won't. Her defense team is probably going to fight it all the way, but I mean, she wants to be heard.
She has the right to.
Yes, she does. She does. Yeah. She certainly does. Melinda wants to know, how did the dates look for her trial? So the trial is not going to be until, I would say, a year to 15 months. Okay, we're probably looking at this time next year, probably, maybe a little longer. I mean, the trial was set for, I want to say it was set for October, but there is no way that that's happening. Yeah, it was set for October. There's a pretrial hearing happening on August 11th. That's coming up. There is going to be somebody there that I know in the courtroom. I won't actually be there at that time, I don't think. I ran out of money for traveling this year, so I'm unfortunately not going to be able to go. But the pretrial hearing is August 11th. That's still on. But it will... Oh, Mochi Bear says they just set it as a complex case. Yeah, there was a request for that. There was a request for it to be a complex case. I'm not surprised that it was set for that. It's set for October, but it's going to get pushed. It's going to totally get pushed.
I mean, there's always the speedy trial date set, and then they will just move it forward.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it happens all the time in the easiest of cases. One in Fulton County was also something insanely stupid case where I was just, why was this even brought? A guy, his at the time 3 or 4 year old son in a swing, doing the swing thing. And then something happened. He got a phone call or something. He does this, looks back, and the kid is off the swing. Broke his leg.
Mm.
And of course, they brought charges. Now, the kid is all right. Everybody is all right. He got a cast, everything. No, he had to plead to 24 months probation.
Oh my God. That's insane.
It's a kid on a swing.
Accidents happen. I mean, this is a problem with our society, where we have CPS, DFS charging parents for accidental injuries and not doing anything about children who are truly in abusive situations. I mean, I guess I could almost excuse it if they were so good at catching abuse, but they're not. They're not good at it at all.
No.
And yes, David Gingras is being arraigned tomorrow, by the way.
Is it live?
Maybe, but I heard he's not going to show. It is live. There is an arraignment camera. I am going to probably stream it tomorrow. It will be at 11 a.m. is when he's scheduled to be there, 11 a.m. Eastern time. But I heard he has arranged for counsel, and his counsel will appear instead of him. I don't know why they allow that.
How does he have the money for a counsel?
Maybe it's a friend.
Yeah, maybe, and because
I don't think he has any other clients,
No, and I mean, did he ever get paid by Laura?
Well, there are lots of different types of payments, Nick.
Oh, yeah, I heard that rumor.
That he was arrested for his DUI 3 minutes away from her home in the middle of the night. Just saying. And the very next day is when she filed all that stuff about Mike Maricini with an affidavit in there from David Gingras, which I imagine he was working on with her late into the evening while drinking. So I don't know, but that's when he got pulled over and he had his second DUI.
Uh-oh. So he's not being arraigned for something he did in the Laura Owens case. It's for the DUI.
It's for the DUI. For the second time.
Oh. I think we should have traveling judges, because I would want Judge Simpson to just travel around in states.
Wouldn't that be great? I love Judge Simpson.
I mean, I've been watching him for so long now.
It's great.
And he doesn't hide what he's thinking. Not for a second.
Either does that. Who's the woman with the real short haircut? She's hilarious. What is her name? She also does not hide what she's thinking.
Judge Boyd?
Is it Judge Boyd? Is that her?
The handbag in the background?
I don't remember the handbag.
She's
a white lady. No, she's
no, white lady.
This one's a white lady. Manning, Judge Manning. Yes.
Judge Manning. Yeah, okay.
Yes. Judge Manning, I love her. Love her.
Mm-hmm. And then you have another judge who's actually a judge in Fulton County, which is amazing. It is Judge Jesus Christ. I know it. I'm almost said McGingish, but no, that's not it. Where is?
I'm surprised there are any good judges in Fulton County. I thought it was a cesspool.
McBurney. Judge McBurney. Judge McBurney is the judge who... he had one of these. Yeah. He's never on... he's never shown, but you can hear him. He has one of these bass voices.
Mm-hmm.
But he also... You can hear when, for instance, in arraignments, when the people start talking and he goes, "Oh, really?" And he just, Mr. Defense Attorney, time to shut up. Yeah.
Also, that's funny.
Yeah.
Would you like to see a clip of Laura's attorney explaining how women have miscarriages but don't even know it?
Yep.
This is so funny.
Sometimes people have miscarriages and they don't even know that they miscarried. That I'm not saying that that is the circumstance here. I certainly wasn't present. Saying that my client has not lied in this case. She has not intentionally lied to the court. Whether or not she was pregnant on that date, I think she could have testified that she was pregnant and she could have had a miscarriage days prior. I don't know, but I believe that the testimony in her deposition, the testimony in her final trial, and the expert testimony that will come with it will make those things clear. I believe it'd be absolutely inappropriate to throw out previous proceedings in this case based on my statement, not even my client's statement. There would need to be an evidentiary hearing in order for that to be proper.
But I think that's what he's asking. He's asking that the evidentiary hearing be wrapped into this.
And Your Honor, that's not appropriate. The evidentiary hearing has already been done. And like I said, my client's statements that were made during that hearing were true to the best of her knowledge. The reality here.
And then after that, by the way, this was Corey Keith. God bless him. After that, Corey had to file a candor to the court document where he had to explain to the court that he did not know he was telling lies.
That is that's so embarrassing.
It is, but you know what? God bless him because he did the right thing. I mean, he did. He did the right thing. When you find out your client told you, fed you a bunch of bullshit, and you repeated it to a judge, that's what you're supposed to do, is file a notice of candor. And he did. Yeah. And you know what? Everybody's like, oh, these people, they go after every attorney Laura's ever had, and they're horrible, nasty people about these attorneys. They make fun of them. We did not. Corey Keith did the right thing. And I have always been very complimentary of him. Very complimentary. I think I made fun of it the way he stood with his hands over his balls a little bit in the courtroom because he looked like he was taking a defensive position, which, I mean, who wouldn't?
I will not make this woman pregnant.
But I mean, other than that, we never had much to say about Corey Keith because he did what he was supposed to do. He did the best of his ability. He tried to defend her. He found out she was lying. He had to file his notice. He dropped the case, filed his notice with the court, and moved on with his life. Yeah. Unlike David Gingras, who went around threatening everyone in the media with lawsuits and homelessness. And he said he was going to have Laura's horses grazing on Dave Neal's lawn. You know, he said he was going to throw our obituaries in the trash. He couldn't wait to read our obituaries. Can you believe that? This man was crazy, but not Corey Keith. He was a good guy.
Yeah. I mean, if there is a top 5 thing of Gingrich, what would that be? Can you even narrow it down?
Yeah, I can. For sure. During the June 10th hearing, the baseball movements at his client where he's like, no. The baseball, he's all, steel third, don't say that. And I mean, at one point, he was waving his arms like this. Now, and God bless my sister, because she was sitting next to me and I was focused on Laura and she was focused on Gingras, and she goes, bam, she goes right into me and she goes, look at him. Look at him. I look over there and sure enough, and I noticed the camera is not on him. So I'm texting the camera guy furiously, get on Gingras, get on Gingras, get on Gingras. And we did catch it. We caught the last end of it. We didn't get the big arm waving because he was doing this. But we did get him like doing his and and it was so outrageous that Deandra, who was at the time grilling the shit out of Laura, she was like, why are you looking at your attorney? You need to look at me. And then she moved so that she was standing in front of David Gingras, and Laura couldn't see him anymore. And then that's when Laura started her crying routine. You know, she needed a break because, Yeah, it was that was the top moment. Let's see if I can name 5 things. So the second one would be when David Gingras went on an absolute freak out rant on his blog. He started to become a blogger, an internet lawyer blogger.
Oh,
And
welcome to 2003.
He called us He called us cockroaches. And Tug and I had so much fun with that. The meme.
Oh yeah, the memes.
I mean,
I remember those.
Jeff made the greatest meme of Tug and me as cockroaches in wearing hot pants that I've ever seen. It is the funniest meme ever.
Oh.
Yeah. What else did David do? Gingras was so outrageous. Oh, another thing he did. He tried to copyright and sue a Redditor for copyright because she had watched one of his YouTube videos, which were really difficult to watch. And she had written a too long didn't read kind of synopsis for people. And she said, in case you don't want to suffer through his 45-minute video, here's my description of what he has done. He sent a subpoena to Reddit to unmask this person so that he could sue her or him, whoever it was, for copyright. That's crazy. It's crazy.
So he did a Blake Lively.
He also would do things like he would tell us that it wasn't fair use for us to use any of his YouTube material. So I wrote him an email once and I said, David, I want to use a small segment of your YouTube video in order to comment on, and I know that you've been very touchy about this, so I'm asking for your permission. He wrote me back and he said, you can use it, but only 5 minutes in total. I said, okay, that's all I need. I don't need more than 5 minutes. But I had my written permission to use 5 minutes of every video he ever made. And so every
5 minutes? That's an eternity.
It's an eternity.
I can make a 2-hour stream out of a 5-minute segment.
I know, me too. I thought 5 minutes is fantastic. Well, this is great. And so every time he would strike everybody else who used his content except me, because he knew he was screwed because he had given me permission. So that was another one. Oh, and then my 5th one, I think I'm on 5, is the musical that I wrote based on emails between me and David Gingras. It's called All the Best. I took the email exchanges between us and I turned them into a Broadway style musical. And I used them word for word. There's nothing, Suno AI created it for me. I just put the emails in and I made these songs, and it turned out to just be really, really fun. I had a fantastic time. And the thing that the email exchange was about was really funny. David had made a claim that was highly questionable. He made a claim that in some email he sent to, it was either in an email or a blog post or something. He made a claim that lawyers he had gone up against went to prison or jail or were disbarred. He said several lawyers that went up against him ended up in jail.
Did he give examples?
Well, so I wrote to him and I asked him as a press inquiry, David, you've said you've made this claim. I would like to know which lawyers went to prison or jail or were disbarred because of your involvement with whatever it was. And we have this exchange. He writes me back with all his excuses. I never said that. I said but it's a weird coincidence, isn't it? Because they're in jail and it had nothing to do with him. But he wouldn't.
Were they on his team?
No, they were. Well, I only know of one, and it was just somebody he had been in court with once, and then later on, years later, the guy went to jail for something totally unrelated. Like it had nothing to do. It had nothing to do with anything David Gingras did. And he was like, if you print that, you will be sued tomorrow for defamation. And I just turned the entire thing into a satirical musical.
Oh.
It is called All the Best. It's on my channel. You can find it on the playlist under Fox Den Records, and it is a 13-minute musical extravaganza that is so fun and funny. I turned him into a Disney villain, and I was like a Disney princess, and we did that. It was very funny. It was very, very funny.
I mean, don't you just love hate those people that just gives these things. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, so much good content. I know.
I mean, I've been Buchanan, Sergeant Buchanan. I made a song about Sergeant Buchanan. Do you want to see it?
Of course.
Saw you in the courtroom glow. Swore on truth, but the lies still show. Evidence missing like a ghostly dance. Now reassigned with a guilty glance. Oh, Sergeant, what did you do? Hide in shadows where the light breaks through. Deleting secrets like the midnight tide. Now you're gone with no place to hide. The judge looked down with a heavy frown. Side Yuri's words spinning round and round. Tales of justice, but the truth got blurred. Lost in the echo of the lies he stirred. Ooh, the walls are...
That was funny.
Yeah, Suno.com. I have the link in the description if you want to make your own stuff. But I'm having way too much fun with Suno.com.
Oh God, isn't it the best? It is so good. It's just so good.
Yeah, I want this in, I want this style. You get 2 examples, and they are usually amazing. I mean,
My favorite one that I've written so far is probably Off You Flock. I couldn't. Suno went through a period of time where you couldn't use the F word, and I was trying to come up with a word I could use instead of fuck, and it came out flock, and I was like, oh, that's funny. So I kept it, and then now Suno has changed that since, and now you can use the F word again. But this song was so funny, and it was another email that I had sent to another lawyer, another terrible lawyer who was threatening me, and my email to him said basically, flock off you flock, file something, leave me flock alone, you know. And I turned it into a song, and that really was, that's a fun one. People love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the chat was mentioning Snake Chorus. Yes, I have a button on my Stream Deck for Snake Chorus. Snake Chorus was in the musical. It sounds a little something like this. This was for David Gingras. I had this idea when I was making the video for the musical, where Jafar from Aladdin was kind of my inspiration, and I had him cave. I had him like in a cave writing these crazy blog posts and stuff. And around him were all his little minion snakes. There were just snakes everywhere because I've been calling him a snaky lawyer, and there are just snakes everywhere. And then it kind of morphed into the snakes singing. And it was just very funny. And so I had these funny pictures of singing snakes, and then we had Snake Chorus. And it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
Oh.
I also wrote some great bangers about Laura Owens. I'd love to share one with you. Having the babies is really great. People love this one. This one is about, so Laura would send these emails to her victims, which would say things like, if you don't email me by 5 p.m., I'm having the babies. Like, because she would be like, she would say, if you will date me with intention, I'll have the abortion. But if you don't, I'm having the babies.
But still you won't explain. I really need you to love me with your strength and light. Even a week will do, you should know it feels so right. Having the babies, if I don't hear back from you tonight.
Those are Tug's triplets.
Who can say they are this tight?
And she really wrote an email saying she was tight. It's true.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Oh.
If I don't hear back from you tonight.
Jeff's in there too.
best friend.
Oh.
I've known you one before. Well, maybe that's not true. There were 2 or 3 more, but no one would sign this thing. So it's all now up to you.
Kaleidoscope phonograms. Oh, that's so funny.
Having the babies. If I don't hear back from you tonight.
Tug is still gestating the triplets.
Oh.
Having the babies. If I don't hear back from you tonight. If you sign it, I will take the pills today. Twin flames will get doused and go away. Let me in, I wanna be one of your tribe. You and me have a real friend, lover vibe.
She really said that. We have a real friend lover vibe.
If I don't hear back from you tonight. There are the ladies who can say they are this tight. Having the babies. If I don't hear back from you tonight.
God, I love Suno.
Mm.
If you sign it, I will take the pills today. Twin flames will get doused and go
There's the
away.
vanishing twins, the magical
Let me
vanishing
in,
twins.
I wanna be one of your tribe. You and
Oh.
me have a real friend, lover vibe. Having the babies. If I don't hear back from you tonight. There are the ladies who can say they are this tight.
Oh, the musical genius that has come out of this case.
Mm.
Unparalleled.
If I don't hear back from
Yeah.
you tonight.
In the YSL case, there was one witness. His only job was putting out those evidence markers.
Hmm.
You know, yellow flags.
Yellow flag guy in the morning light. Not quite sharp, but he's trying right. Marks the clues with yellow signs. Never solves the case, but keeps us alive. He walks around with his flag in hand. Marks the spots like he's in command. Yellow flags on every scene. He's a part of the team, though he's rarely seen. Yellow flag guy, that's his name. Not a mastermind, but it's all the same. Does his part in his own small way. Yellow flags make sure nothing strays.
That is hilarious.
And he was so proud on the stand. I mean, he sat there. Listen, yeah, I take I go there and they tell me, put this over there, put that, and I did it. And he was the sweetest guy. And
Well, everybody has a purpose, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a job
Yeah.
for everybody. That just
That's-
goes to show you that there's always a job out there. Don't give up.
yeah. Now he was the sweetest guy and everything. Then you have the dangerous clinical morons like Detective Jerry Holman in the Delphi case, who misuses the read technique, because the read technique goes, it's all about getting a confession, making the person react, get angry up until the point they confess. He was so bad at it, so at the end, he was screaming. I mean, but reading from the Delphi trial transcripts, I'm going through the pre-trial hearings now, and it's only going to get worse, because if you're just reading the trial transcript but without everything else that happened, looks like a normal trial because Judge Gull is very, very careful on the record. She's very careful. It's noticeable because there's nothing really up until this point, at least. It will become clearer later. But every time I read that, I lose a bit of my soul, knowing the sheer audacity, the planning they had to go through to get this trial where it was, how much they actually had to hide. The confessions from other people, the false alibis from other people. I mean, and then have the audacity, have this Brad Weber guy who they know lied about his whereabouts that day,
Crazy.
and then testifying about, yeah, I drove by there at this time. And then after trial, resurfaced a trail cam or a surveillance cam of sorts that put him, he drove home roughly at that time. But 20 minutes after when he said he did it on the stand.
Wow. Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Very big deal. This case, the Owens case, has so much evidence, much evidence against her. I don't know how she gets out of this. I mean, I think this is probably why they decided to bring the charges they did, because the evidence is great. And if you're just catching up on this case, you should go to Schnitzel Ninja's YouTube channel, because there's so much, there are great nuggets of evidence there. But I just remembered, and I just noticed, in fact, there's one. Let me show you guys. This is great. So
Schnitzel Ninja 69.
And these so the men, her victims, were smart enough to, if you want to share what I've got on the screen, they were smart enough to record her at one point. And this is a great recorded phone call that Greg Gillespie had with her when she was trying to convince him that she was pregnant with twins by sending him a fabricated sonogram, the one that had the Fiverr logo on it that we found on a live stream. That Dave and I found. Do you want to hear some of this phone call? Because it is it's hilarious. All right.
This is what I've always wanted, kids.
Now Greg is being facetious. He's like, aren't you excited about being pregnant?
Aren't you excited? Well, I've always wanted kids.
He knew it was a fake.
My mom was a twin also, so I always knew that I had the gene.
I have the gene.
No, I do. My mom's a twin.
Oh, she claims she have the twin gene.
She claims it.
So in that picture, the baby looks about 5 weeks and 4 days old. And that's
5 weeks and 4 days. I estimated that. That's not what Greg, that's not at all.
No, I said no, the baby's about 5 weeks and 4 days. You didn't say that. It's not in the text. I'm just telling you, it looks like it's about 5 weeks and 4 days.
What does
old.
that even mean?
That's exactly the day that we did it. So like, this
5 weeks and 4 days. It says 5. I think it was 5 weeks. What are you talking about?
It says 5 weeks. Yeah, that's right when we did.
I estimated the date. What are you talking about?
Oh, you estimated the date.
Yeah.
Oh, you put it on there.
I estimated. They ask you when you think you got pregnant.
Oh.
No, they don't. They ask you when your last period was.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so what were you trying to do other than be sarcastic?
Nothing. I'm just excited we're going to have a kid.
What?
Kimmy got a revelation. Oh my God, she's never been pregnant.
Nope.
No.
Not verifiably, anyway.
What are you trying to do? What are you trying to say?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Because you're obviously not excited. So what
So your pills didn't work?
I didn't say my pills didn't work. I got an ultrasound today.
I know, but they didn't work.
Did you not see that the other thing is like the tiniest thing you've ever seen? It clearly stopped the growth in that.
Wait, what thing? That's not a child. There's no twins in this picture.
Yeah, there are. Do you want me to zoom in on it for you?
Yeah, I don't know. There's no twins in this photo.
Yeah, there is.
Where? I don't know. I know how to read ultrasounds. This is a single baby.
She is claiming, by the way, that she took abortion pills wrong, and it must have stunted one of the twins, but she's still pregnant.
Yeah,
Still
sure.
pregnant.
That's exactly how that one works.
Yeah, that's what she's claiming.
You know how to read ultrasounds?
Yeah.
If you go down, here, I'll just screenshot it for you.
I actually haven't heard this one.
Oh, this is so good. There's so much evidence. So much.
Yeah.
And this is the Fiverr ultrasound that they are looking at right now. It literally has the stamp Fiverr on it. It took us a long time to find it.
Do you think that you want me to tell you I made a mistake, and you want me to? What did you say?
Well, you clearly were never planning to see me again.
Wait, you want me to stop and tell you? Let's go see the lawyer together.
Let's go what?
Let's go to the lawyer together. We'll talk to the lawyer.
That's what you would like to do?
Yeah.
You don't want to do, so you were just totally bullshitting
Wait,
me
so
then?
you want to have a surgical? Oh, wait, you want to have wait, I'm just reading still. You want to have an abortion, a surgical abortion?
That's what I thought you wanted.
So you want to go have a surgical abortion?
That was what I thought you wanted.
Yep.
Oh,
and then there it comes back in. There we go.
I'm serious that I would do a paternity test at 8 weeks. I'm not kidding you.
That's
I
cool.
don't deserve this. I deserve you to keep your
So
word.
wait, why didn't you answer the question about the photo online?
I did. What did you want me to say?
Why is it your photo?
It's not my photo.
Why not? You don't wait. Didn't you find it peculiar how similar it looks?
No, I don't find anything peculiar with an ultrasound photo. They all look the same.
They do?
All ultrasounds look virtually the same. I don't find anything weird with that.
You have experience in this?
With ultrasound,
Yeah.
I've had pregnant friends before.
Do you have any currently?
Yeah, why?
Ooh.
Well, it's my sister's friend who's supposed to be in her wedding, but she's due any day now.
Oh, that's cool.
Why?
Well, does she live in Phoenix?
No, she lives in San Francisco. Why?
Oh, so you got pregnancy friends?
It's not even a friend. It's my sister. Okay.
Oh.
There's so much, and Schnitzel Ninja has everything. She has the hearings, the order of protection hearings. She has the June 10th trial. She has several versions of that. There's some from the court that has the court audio versus our audio, and some of it, one is better than the other. I think the court one might be better than the other. Different views too. There's all the FBI calls. Oh my God. The FBI got involved. The FBI did a wellness check on Laura because she had called the FBI to tell them that Dave Neal was harassing her. And she told them so many crazy things that they called a wellness check-in on her. And the cops went to her house. There's all the body cam footage there of all of those visits. There's some, you've got to check out what's on that channel. You'll have content for a year based on what's there.
I'm looking through it right now. This is amazing. Why does Schnitzel Ninja only has 2,600 subscribers? This
I
is
don't know. She
amazing.
should have a lot more. She should
Yeah.
definitely have a lot more. Schnitzel has been an amazing resource. She has been able to get so many documents. You know, in Arizona, Nick, you wouldn't believe the trouble we had getting court documents. They had to send a runner to the courthouse to get the court documents because they don't have e-documents. They do not. In FOIA, you can request documents, but you have to go to the courthouse and pick them up. The community support around this effort to get the documents and get them out to the public was unbelievable. People raised money. They paid the runners to go for their gas and everything. And I mean, we would have it the next day. Like people would be scheduling like, well, I'm off work at, I'll be on my lunch. I'll run down to the courthouse and get it. And it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. But yes, Schnitzel deserves tons more subscribers. Please, if you want to catch up on this case, definitely go and subscribe to Schnitzel Ninja. She has done an amazing job putting all of it together and having it in a place. And she's been attacked by Laura Owens multiple times. Laura has tried to strike her channel, tried to take her videos down, had her she filed copyrights against Schnitzel. Had this one video of her falling off of her horse, which you can still see on victimsoflauraowens.com. She falls off her horse a lot. So Laura likes to do this horseback riding, jumping thing. And she's never advanced past like the 14-year-old level, but she likes to do it. And that's good. We all encourage her to do her horseback riding. But it's funny that someone who says that she's a victim of domestic violence continually falls off her horse a lot, giving herself head injuries, which might explain the epilepsy and, things that she likes to blame on men.
Yeah, normally when victims of DV, when they try to explain away I walked into a wall, I fell down the stairs, but she actually falls off horses.
She does. She actually falls off horses. There was actually another, and it's probably on the Victims of Laura Owens page, but there are photographs of her in October. Remember that big belly she had in October that we saw that she was rubbing? Just the month before, and I think it was only like 2 weeks before, she was jumping horses on video, and she has a flat belly. Like she's cinched in, wearing like one of those tight vests, the jumper vests. And, there's just so much evidence that this woman is full of shit.
Yeah. And I know there's a infamous picture, the doctored picture, where she actually looks like she has a pregnant belly. And look, I have a very, very skinny little sister. She drinks one soda and have that belly. It's not hard to fake one of
Now, Laura Owens has said multiple times she has a gluten intolerance. She's got this gluten allergy. Well, if you go on Instagram right now and look up gluten belly, you will find a bunch of thin women who say, look what happens to me after I eat gluten. And they will look 6 months pregnant. It's a burrito. We call it the burrito baby because she also eat pizza every day and burritos every day by her own admission. And it's like, well, if you've got a gluten allergy, you probably shouldn't be doing that. And you're going to get all kinds of problems, including belly extension. Like that happens. Then when her actual medical records were released during discovery, there was medical evidence in her file that said she had this problem, that she would get a distended belly from allergies, from food problem. That was in her medical records. It's like, oh my goodness, Laura.
Yeah. All right. Now, we've been at it for 2 hours. I like to leave audience wanting more. So, are you perhaps available Friday for doing some watching clips during my slightly buzzed?
Yeah, what time?
I usually start around 5 p.m. Eastern.
5.
Yeah, I know. Fridays is a rough day for many people, but it's the only really good because that is 11 p.m. my time.
Okay, it's possible that I might be available for like an hour. I think I can do an hour.
Yeah.
So why don't we? I'll write it down. It looks like I don't have anything going on currently, but I will
And I
verify
saw
with you.
MG here a while ago. MG, if you're available.
I would love to see MG rewatching some of this stuff. He did a lot of great coverage too. You guys could watch his coverage on Laura Owens. Good stuff. It was good stuff.
But I one person who has what's his name? Dave O'Neill?
Dave Neal.
Dave Neal.
Oh,
I
he's
need
wonderful.
to get I need to get in touch with him because
I'd be happy to
I
put
want
you in
more
touch.
information just because yes, I watched it all back when you and Jeff. Then I fell off the wagon, so I need to be updated.
Sure.
And now I have the Victims of Laura Owens page and everything, but I prefer this format when we
and
just
Bruce from Oregon, who's in the chat, he also has been here from the very beginning with this case. Bruce is he's got tons of information, and he's also hilarious. He's a very fun guest to have.
Yeah, sure. And I don't know if
Schnitzel is usually available too. She's very funny, and she has all the info. She can point you to all the resources, which is great.
And I already asked to join me on Friday Ada Kay, who is also covering the Delphi case, so we can have a mashup where we trade information. Because both cases deserve a lot more attention.
Agreed. I do think that the Laura Owens case is going to send shockwaves through the legal system, especially in Arizona. And I think that they're doing the right thing in Maricopa County because it's going to make people think twice before bringing frivolous, fraudulent cases against people. This is a big win for the falsely accused. And that's something I really care about. I've written a book about it. It's called Believe Evidence, The Death of Due Process from Salome to #MeToo. It's time to believe evidence and stop these false accusers in their tracks and give them real consequences for bringing false accusations. So I think it's a great idea.
Because cases, there are cases we will never hear about, never find out, where women like Laura Owens have put men in prison.
Oh, yeah. Yep, or worse, led to their, there are some stories in my book where women have done things that have led to the deaths of men by their fraudulent schemes. And this is, and never paid a price for it. This is not okay. It is not okay. In New York State, this is really making me mad. A false accuser who admitted what she did and led to a man being in prison for 20 years by falsely claiming that he ARPed her. That woman is still classified in the system as a victim of SA, and I cannot get the police records, even though they know that she lied and she admitted it. You cannot get the police records. She's still protected as a victim, and that has got to stop. So you can't even get that poor man's police records to exonerate him and talk about his case and really dig into what happened there. You just can't.
Yeah, and just a few months ago, you had that guy who he spent almost 50 years then before he got exonerated, and the sisters are now in their 70s, and nothing happened to them.
Nothing.
Even after he was exonerated, because
will.
they provably lied.
And nothing will happen to them. And this is what has to change. False accusers need to be held to a similar standard. I personally think that if you come forward with false allegations that are false and you do it purposefully, I think you should face the same consequence that your victim would have faced if they had been found guilty of the thing you accused them of. So if it's a 20-year sentence for ARP, then you should get 20 years too.
Yeah. I mean, one of the few occasions I believe in an eye for an eye.
Well, look at the 10 Commandments, by the way. It's very interesting how the lie, we always say, do not lie, thou shalt not lie, but that's not what it says. Do you know what it says? It says, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. It is not just the lie that is the problem. It is the lying about someone else.
Yeah.
That is a very big deal. It is a much bigger deal than anyone wants to understand. It's not just lying. Lying is not the thing that you know is bad for us. It is the lying about somebody else. That's really bad.
Yeah, because when these women, and you have those sisters, you have your case, you have Amber Heard. Every time that happens, real victims suffer.
Mm-hmm.
Because then all of a sudden, well, if they could lie, maybe this one lies too.
Not to mention that the victim in the case you're talking about is the other person.
Yeah.
And so that victim suffers because the victim, like Johnny Depp or Clayton Echard, they are not looked at as a victim and they don't get victims' rights. Their victimhood is completely ignored. It's completely, they're ostracized. So not only did they get victimized by the abuser, they got re-victimized again by the system and by the public. This has to stop. And that's why these men, Mike Maricini, Greg Gillespie, Clayton Echard, they have our full support. We know that they are innocent. They are factually innocent of these allegations that Laura Owens has made. We have the proof. We have shown the proof to the public and to the prosecutor. The prosecutor has taken it all the way to the bank, and we are going to watch justice happen in this case. Laura, you're going down, ma'am. You're going down.
What? In a bad way this time.
Oh, oh boy. Where's my phrasing button?
Phrasing.
All right, folks. Leave people waiting, expecting more, because I love having you on. I haven't had you on in ages.
I know. It's been a really long time, and it's been too long. So I'm glad we did this.
Yeah, I'm glad too. So I will be alternating between reading Dial-5 trial transcripts and getting myself up to speed in the Laura Owens case in the next few weeks, and then I will get a fundraiser up.
That would be fantastic. Mike said, I think over 16,000 now in his for his legal fund. His goal is to hit 25, and I think we can do it. I really do.
Yeah. I mean, the past 2.5 years when I've done this with the Zachariah Anderson case, Turtle Boy, the Delphi case, I'm probably at $50,000 in different fundraisers.
I know you're very good at this, which is why I said I nominate you.
Yeah. I'm the fundraising king of LawTube. I might not be the biggest channel, but damn, I'm good at it.
You are very good at it. We love the Wheel of Regrets.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Meg. Hope to see you on Friday. I will try to contact the other people to see if they are available. And
sounds good. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. See you in the next stream and video. And remember, folks, hug your family. Unless they are shit, then fuck them and give your love to the people who deserve it. Bye-bye.
Slightly muzzle on him with a slight grin. Picks apart a cases where the truth's been thin. Sharp tongue firing like a rebel's hell. Justice served with a snarky spin. Nick's got the mic and is breaking it down. Lego chaos spinning all around. Laughing at the lies at the courts of crown. Riding the edge where truth is found. Coffee's cold, but the witch stays hot. Poking at the holes in the legal plot. With a tilt of the glass, he connects the dots. The courtroom's wild and he calls the shots. Nick's got the mic and is breaking it down. Lego chaos spinning all around. Laughing at the lies at the courts of crown. Riding the edge where truth is found. electric strums echo